Hi, Acadiana. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Welcome to your Tuesday. Most of you may have gotten awoken just a little while ago by your phones as hurricane warnings have been issued for most of Acadiana. We had some hurricane warnings up for much of the coastal sections, but tropical storm warnings inland. But now a lot of that has been upgraded to hurricane warnings according to the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Even though Francine is still a tropical storm, as of 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning, we could see some intensification, and we're still expecting a hurricane to make it on shore sometime a little bit later on Wednesday. Skycam showing mostly cloudy skies. It's very warm, it's very humid out here, and those clouds are going to be hanging on. Good chance for showers and thunderstorms. Hard to believe just 24 hours ago it truly felt like fall. Good times, huh? But things have changed, and of course we're now watching a tropical system coming toward the Acadiana region. On the roadways, for the most part, things are dry, but they're going to quickly wetten up a little bit later on as a mass of rain is going to be coming on shore from the south. Now, this isn't really much of the main part of Tropical Storm Francine. This is a big outer band that's going to be rolling in, so chances for rain will be picking up. And as far as those that are going to school, some have a half a day. Temperatures around 80 this morning, but there will be some rain a little later this afternoon with temps around 83 degrees. And again, you just got your alerts on all of the hurricane warnings that have gone up, so this graphic might be just a little bit outdated. Much of that is showing hurricane warnings for the coast, but we also have hurricane warnings that are farther inland as well now, and that does include parts of Lafayette Parish. So there's a quick look at Tropical Storm Francine. Again, you can see the swirl there just to the southeast of Brownsville, and a big mass of rain that's kind of lifting northward toward the Louisiana Gulf Coast. So it's still somewhat disorganized, and we haven't seen any strengthening during the nighttime period, but there's still some relatively low wind shear and some very warm waters there. So we're anticipating strengthening during the day today and could possibly be a Category 2 before landfall. There is a bit of a trough that's over Texas that should pick this up and start to move it toward the northeast, although it's more of a slow northerly trajectory right now, and then it's going to also pick up forward speed. It's also kind of rounding a ridge of high pressure that's off toward the east, and surface winds are going to be quite strong there right around the system. Those are your tropical storm force winds right now, and you can see there's also a storm surge warning that's up for the Louisiana coast. And as far as tropical storm force winds, looking even more likely that all of Acadiana will experience that. But many of you will also experience hurricane force winds, and that's the reason the hurricane warning has now been hoisted. As far as the most likely arrival time of our tropical storm winds, could be as early as tomorrow morning there along the coast, and then pushing a little farther inland as we gradually go through the day. As far as rainfall, it does appear that it's going to be quite heavy, especially east of the center of circulation. You can expect anywhere between 4 to 8 inches of rain, with some locations picking up as much as a foot, and that's going to be on top of some very saturated grounds from the rains we had last week. So the flood threat is going to be there, still level 3 out of 4 for the next several days. Now, the forecast track model's trending just a little bit farther to the east, but we saw this yesterday too, and then they drifted back off toward the west. But if you look at that hurricane cone, we'll go back to that real quick, and you look at that hurricane cone, pretty much all the models have been lining up somewhere in that cone. So as you get down to the 48-hour time frame, or even less where we are right now, we're pretty locked in when it comes to the track. So it's the intensity forecast that's really more of the concern. Still going with Category 2 at landfall from the NHC. Most of the models lately, though, have been trending right there in that solid Category 1. So I would prepare for Category 1 or Category 2 as this system comes in. So the clouds are already here, and at least for today, you still got some fairly decent weather to finish up your preparations, although it is going to be rainy, but the wind speeds won't be picking up until tomorrow. As far as our surface map, we are going to be seeing the rains in place today, tomorrow, and then on Thursday. As Francine starts to pull away from the region, we should see some improving conditions, and there are going to be many of you that probably will not have power, so we're hoping to at least pull in some dry air behind that and make it a little bit more comfortable, especially for those of you who might have to go a few days without electricity. But Most of our forecast models are indicating a South Louisiana strike here sometime during the day tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon, evening along the coast, and then pushing through the area Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. Of course, we'll go into all the extreme details there on Let's Talk Tropics. That's live today at noon, right here on Acadiana Weather Today. Up to 85, rain pretty much likely today. Hurricane warning is in effect, and that will go through the day tomorrow with a temperature around 80, windy, rainy, hurricane conditions expected. And on Thursday, still windy but cloudy skies with a temperature of 86. And as Francine moves away, we should get back to some sunshine a little bit later on as we head into the weekend. So a lot going on. Make sure you check all the links that I've got below. There's plenty of those that you can kind of build your own forecast, or at least look to see what your specific area is going to be expecting and what watches or warnings that you are under right now. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications too. That way you know when Let's Talk Tropics kicks in later today at noon. And I am planning on doing some extended coverage over the next couple of days. And if you have those alerts on, you'll get notified when we go live or when the next video has been dropped. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Stay safe, and I'll see you a little bit later this afternoon.